What would you do if the world ended in 12 seconds? Not from bombs, not from a virus you can hide from, but from people, your neighbors, your friends, your kids, turning into sprinting monsters with a single bite. It started with one infected man in a crowded market. One cough, one scream, one fall, and 12 seconds later, he stood up, faster, hungrier, not human anymore. Forget everything you think you know about zombies. These things don't shuffle, they sprint. They don't groan, they scream. And they don't stop. Ever. This is World War Z. And if you're not terrified yet, you will be. Let me ask you something. If your child was bitten and had 12 seconds left, would you run? Or would you end it? Really think about it. Because Jerry Lane didn't get to think, he had to act. We meet Jerry Lane, former UN investigator turned stay-at-home dad. A calm morning with pancakes and laughter is shattered by emergency alerts blaring from every device in the house. Jerry tries to keep the mood light, telling his daughters not to worry. But his trained instincts already sense something is wrong. As the family drives into Philadelphia, the air feels heavier. Police barricades, helicopters, a strange, unnatural stillness before the storm. Then it hits. In the middle of gridlock, they see it, a man collapsing, convulsing. People scream. Within seconds, he's on his feet again, snarling and sprinting into the crowd. Another person goes down, then another. 12 seconds. That's all it takes. Suddenly, chaos. A garbage truck barrels through traffic like a missile, plowing through cars without slowing down. People scatter. A woman smashes into the lane's windshield, bloodied and screaming. Infected are everywhere. Jerry slams into reverse. A wall of burning vehicles blocks the path. He throws the car in a drive and guns it forward. He crashes through an abandoned delivery van, tires screeching, kids crying, wife screaming. Glass rains down. Bodies fall onto the hood, some alive, some turning. The camera cuts to Jerry's horrified face as he watches a man transform in 12 seconds right outside his window. The infection is fast, too fast, and it's spreading like wildfire. He hotwires an RV at a local depot. He knows they can't go back home. Home is already gone. As they flee, Philadelphia becomes hell on earth. A burning plane crashes onto the highway ahead. The shockwave knocks the RV sideways. A fuel truck explodes. Buildings collapse in the background. Smoke turns the morning into night. Bodies litter the street. Sirens fade under the sound of screaming and smashing glass. In Newark, they find shelter in a decrepit apartment building. The halls are silent. Blood stains the walls. A dog barks in the distance. The TV shows nothing but static and emergency alerts. Avoid contact. Stay indoors. Don't trust anyone. They meet a frightened Hispanic family, hiding with their son, Tommy. The parents are too scared to leave. But Jerry knows staying means death. He pleads with them, but they refuse. As night falls, the infected descend on the building. It starts with a whisper, scraping, footsteps. Then the walls explode inward. Zombies crash in from all directions. They leap over furniture, rip through doors. Screams echo through the stairwells as each floor becomes a trap. Jerry and his family flee into the hallway, dodging limbs and bloodied faces. Gunshots echo. The infected are relentless, climbing over each other, smashing through anything in their path. Jerry fires down a stairwell, giving them cover. They race upward, but the infected are fast. On the fourth floor landing, a survivor is tackled right in front of them, infected in seconds. Jerry grabs a fire extinguisher, smashing one back. He pulls his youngest daughter as she trips. Karen holds Tommy, trying not to scream. They force open a door into an abandoned apartment. Inside, they barricade it with a bookshelf. The kids sob. The infected pound the door outside, howling. A moment of silence. Then another crash, closer. They run to the back, break a window, and crawl across a narrow ledge toward the next apartment. One wrong move, and it's a fall to the street. They finally reach the stairwell again. Jerry looks down, pitch black. He looks up, light from the rooftop. They ascend, fighting the infected on each landing. Jerry nearly gets bitten, but Tommy slams the stairwell door behind them. They're losing time. The chopper appears, its spotlight cutting through smoke. On the rooftop, the wind from its blades draws the infected too. One zombie leaps across rooftops, misses, and slams into a wall. Another grabs the skid, but is blasted away by gunfire. They rush forward. Soldiers wave them on. Jerry helps his wife and kids aboard. Segan covers the rear. Just as they lift, zombies burst onto the roof. Gunfire. Chaos. But they're airborne. As they ascend into the sky, Jerry looks down. Newark is engulfed in fire and shadows. Explosions bloom like deadly flowers below. Smoke trails into the clouds. Humanity is losing. Aboard the USS Argus, military order has replaced civilization. The ship is cold, metallic, sterile. Officials speak in clipped, emotionless tones. The captain tells Jerry he's their only hope. No pressure, right? Jerry leaves for South Korea with a team including Dr. Fastback, a brilliant but nervous virologist. As they land at Camp Humphreys, the base is dark and flooded. Flashlights flicker. The rain is relentless. Suddenly, Fastback panics. He slips while exiting the plane. His gun discharges. He's dead before he hits the ground. The mission's brain's gone. They're ambushed by a horde while dragging his body. The soldiers fight like machines. Short bursts, no wasted bullets. One of them takes Jerry to a captured CIA agent, locked in a cell, who reveals the biggest twist yet. Israel knew about the outbreak before it even began. Built a wall. Kept the world out. A cynical move, or the smartest one? If you heard whispers about the apocalypse, would you prepare, or just scroll past? Jerry sets course for Jerusalem. Jerusalem is an oasis amid chaos. The wall is massive. Inside, life buzzes. People pray, sing, celebrate. A choir sings loudly. Too loudly. Warmbrun, an Israeli intelligence officer, explains the 10th man rule. Always prepare for the unthinkable. It saved them. But now, the singing draws attention. The infected come. At first, they crash against the wall in small numbers. Then more arrive, and more, until finally, they begin climbing. Climbing each other. A zombie pyramid. From the top of a guard tower, the soldiers watch in stunned silence as the infected build their own ladder of bodies. Gunfire rains down, but it's like throwing pebbles into a river. The swarm doesn't stop. The first wave breaches the top. Screams ring out. The infected pour into the streets like a dam bursting. Panic erupts. Streets jam with stampeding civilians. Military trucks swerve, crush bodies, both dead and alive. Gunfire, smoke, and screams fill the air. Helicopters hover above, blades slicing through ash and dust. One is torn apart midair by a lunging infected. It spirals, crashes into a rooftop, and detonates. The shockwave rocks the city. The wall is lost. Jerry runs with Segan, a female Israeli soldier. An infected tackles her, bites her hand. Without hesitation, Jerry hacks it off. Blood sprays. She screams. He ties it off, saving her. They escape down narrow alleys, ducking beneath crumbling arches and past overturned carts. Bodies line the walkways. The camera lingers on the wall, now teeming with undead. A city once full of music now echoes with death. Together, they push through burning alleys, through panicked civilians, to a military transport plane just lifting off. The pilot waves them on. Jerry grabs Segan by the arm and sprints. They barely make it. The plane lifts. Inside, the cabin is filled with injured survivors. Children cry. Soldiers slump in silence. The adrenaline wears off. The trauma doesn't. Midair, everyone breathes, thinking the nightmare's behind them. But deep in the cargo hold, scratching, growling. A single infected passenger turns. Within minutes, the infection spreads through the plane like wildfire. A soldier is tackled, then another. A woman screams as blood splashes across the aisle. Oxygen masks drop. Lights flicker. Jerry fights through the chaos, climbing over seats, dodging teeth and limbs. He finds a grenade, eyes his wife's photo, pulls the pin. The explosion tears open the side of the plane. Wind roars. People and infected alike are sucked out into the storm. The plane spirals. The ground rushes up. Impact. Blackout. Jerry wakes in a hospital bed in Cardiff. Broken ribs, bruised lungs, but alive. He convinces the WHO doctors of his theory. The infected ignore the weak. The sick, they sense disease and avoid it. Could it be a weakness? To test it, Jerry must cross a zombie-infested wing of the facility. No lights, no weapons, just syringes. He goes alone. Tension crackles. The silence is maddening. One sneeze and it's over. He creeps past dozens of infected. One sniffs, looks his way, stops, then returns to stillness. Jerry enters the vault. He chooses a vial, injects himself. Fever builds instantly. He opens the door. Zombies rush toward him. Then stop. They sniff, tilt their heads, and part around him like he's invisible. He stumbles back, triumphant. The scientists cheer. It's the first real breakthrough in this nightmare. Back at sea, his family receives the news. Jerry is alive. A vaccine is made. Humanity now has a weapon, not a cure, but a shield. Planes drop supplies to survivors. Broadcasts reach out to every corner of the globe. This is not the end of the war, but it's the first battle we've won. Because the only thing faster than the virus is hope. This was only the beginning of World War Z. If your pulse is still pounding, smash that like button like you're smashing a zombie skull. Drop a comment with the scene that made you scream or laugh in pure terror. And hit subscribe on Recap Scope, or we'll airdrop you into the middle of Jerusalem with nothing but a spoon. Stay alert, stay fast, and stay alive.